Hello, shoe vlog. I'm excited to be here for the return of a long anticipated secondary shoe review update. A lot has changed in my life, and so have my tastes in shoes. In my old video, I proclaimed that chacos were king, and that that was all I really liked wearing. And I kind of shot down bedrocks, said that they were a little too slippery, but I'd like to show you that I, in fact, am wearing bedrocks, and I'm also wearing wool socks with them, which I will talk about. So, as my long-standing relationship with chacos went on, they grew to give me unstable ankles, and those really hard platforms would catch, and I would roll my ankles, and I've since torn ligaments, and I've had to get MRIs and x-rays and be low mobility pretty consistently. But I found that the low profile of bedrocks matches the silhouette of my foot almost exactly, and I don't really need to be running and jumping on rocks all of the time. I can take life at a little bit more of a walking pace. I think that was a younger me that just wanted to sprint everywhere, and I don't really need to do that. So I'm gonna say that I've had a pair of bedrocks that have lasted 3 seasons now. Not this pair, I just bought this new pair because they were 3 seasons old, but they never blew out, they never broke, the strap held on, and that's even with wearing wool socks, rubbing against the strap every day and getting them wet and sandy and gravelly. Whereas chacos, even in chacos prime, they would only last like 1 season, maybe a season and a half. And chaco doesn't use vibram soles anymore, whereas the bedrocks do. And then I'm also going to talk about a few other shoes. So I've been exploring, experimenting, and I found that the vibram 5-finger shoe, those code shoes that freaks wear like me, I love it. It's so sick. It feels amazing, and it feels really good because I wouldn't really roll my ankle ever walking just barefoot, and so I don't experience that issue at all wearing the 5-finger. And they are very well reinforced on the toes and the soles, so you're not gonna get your foot stabbed. I've walked through scree fields in the vibram 5-fingers and had rocks sliding, sharp black rocks sliding under and all over my feet, and just been like having a grand old time. And so the only problem with them is that the one pair I got lasted 10 days before the bottom started to peel off from everything else. And I will admit that I was pushing them to their limits, but at the same time, I wasn't doing anything that I wouldn't do with bedrocks and wool socks. So I don't know, I was a little disappointed in their durability, and I made sure not to get them wet or anything. I really think that what it was is that something about the glue compound, I don't think that it can sustain high temperatures, because it wasn't exactly the wear. It was after we got off the boats and I took the shoes out of the bag because I was excited to put them on now that we were in camp where I could keep them dry, and the glue had started to kind of gum up and just peel away. And so maybe I'll contact them and be like, yo, I don't know. I don't know why I would do that. But anyways, those shoes are awesome, but just be weary if you're gonna expose them to high temperatures, or maybe keep them in a cool place. And then as far as other water shoes, astrals, I just don't really trust astrals anymore. I've broken them in a single, bought a pair, come out here, and just torn them up in a single day on a deadhead where you spend a lot of time, I'm on a sweep boat right now, you spend a lot of time pushing this sweep boat off of rocks in the middle of the river, so you end up wedging your feet between rocks in the middle of the river, and admittedly, that is pushing those shoes to an extreme, but they were just demolished by the end of the day, and it was only one day. And the fact of the matter is that You can spend like $130 on a pair of Astrals that will last you a day, or you can buy a pair of Converse or Vans for like 60, 80 bucks, and they'll last you all season doing the exact same type of work. And so that's my problem with Astrals. And also a little bit of a suggestion to try out Converse or Vans. And the nice thing about them is, since they're so low material, and also that canvas is really tough and tight, they dry pretty much just as quickly as Astrals. So there's that. And then one more note is that in my barefoot shoe search, I tried out just a random brand on Amazon called Whitin, W-H-I-T-I-N, and I took the sole out of them when they came, and so you can like practically scrunch the shoes up in a ball, and they are pretty durable. I've had them stay wet for like an entire week at a time, and they are still rocking. The problem is that they don't dry out, and that's why they stayed wet for a week at a time. But it's really nice to, if you're into barefoot stuff, to like just, I don't know, have a durable shoe out here. And those ones seem to hold up. I'm coming up into Soldier Rapid right now. It's a very chill rapid, just a left turn, and then there's a nice beautiful little pebble bar camp right after it. Let me think. I'd like to go through the rapid with you, but I'm kind of done talking about things. I'll try to think if I've got anything else to say. Just don't really like chacos anymore. I wear bedrocks. Any sunscreen recommendations? I personally just like bite the bullet and look like a goofball and go hardcore on the zinc oxide sunscreen. All those chemicals and other sunscreens seem to be really bad, not only for us, but for the environment as well. And it's a pretty fragile environment out here. It's already taking as much of a hit as it can. And I'm down to look like a goofball and not poison myself to not poison the environment as well. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking for a sec because I'm coming in here. Thanks for watching. I hope that was informative and that it was a little entertaining.